the vibrant life. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Vibrant Life podcast. My name is Emily Romrell. I'm sorry it's been so long since the last episode. I got a little bit too excited about the project and jumped in before I was ready, but I am committed to making this a regular show. Today's focus is a great subject. It's called Hugging the Moment. I wish I could claim ownership of that phrase, hug the moment, but I actually heard it from my brother. His mission president gave him some advice and said, hug the moment. Whether it's a happy moment or a scary one or a sad one, it's important to just really embrace it and learn from it, because, you know, those moments will never come back again. And I thought that was extremely wise. But it's really important to remember that right now is what matters. And I was thinking about that idea. You know, the Buddhists call this being enlightened. The Buddha taught, don't live in yesterday and don't live in tomorrow, but focus and live in today. And that's a really inspiring teaching, and Christians also believe this. One of my favorite stories in the scriptures is when Christ tells the parable of the lilies of the field, and he says, you know, consider the lilies of the field, they toil not, neither do they spin, and yet Solomon was not arrayed like one of these. And, you know, they're just happy to be what they are, which is beautiful little flowers. And if we could just embrace that wisdom and, you know, be happy with who we are, just to be who we are, and to embrace the moment of each day where we are at, I think life would be a lot better and a lot more happy. One of my favorite children's authors, Shel Silverstein. I love his books, and they influenced my childhood greatly. And one of my favorite poems that he has sent out into the world is called Huggle War. It says, I will not play at tug-o-war, I'd rather play at Huggle War, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins, and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. And, you know, as human beings, we really rely on touch, whether it's a handshake when you're first meeting somebody, whether it's hugging your friends and family, you know, comforting people when they're frightened or upset. And I think that if the world in general hugged a lot more, the world would be a lot better place. So as you're going around your life and meeting people, maybe take a little extra time to smile and hug those around you. It's also important to be respectful. You know, not everyone loves hugs, and we need to respect other people's boundaries, but just be kind and be loving. You know, that's what's really important. I'm also, you know, just when you talk about embracing the moment, I was thinking about the TV show Lost. I'm a big fan of the show. One day on the Oceanic 815 crash, Jack was wounded in a place on his back that he couldn't reach, and he convinced Kate to suture the wound closed for him. And to calm her nerves while she did it, he told her a story about a time that he was afraid but overcame it. And the story helped develop a bond between the two, and Kate used the technique of counting to 5 later on. And Jack says, well, fear's sort of an odd thing. When I was in residency, my first solo procedure was a spinal surgery on a 16-year-old kid, a girl. And at the end, after 13 hours, I was closing her up, and I accidentally ripped her dural sac, shredded the base of the spine where all the nerves come together, membrane as thin as tissue, and so it ripped open and the nerves just spilled out of her like angel hair pasta, spinal fluid flowing out of her. And the terror was just so crazy, so real, and I knew I had to deal with it. So I just made a choice. I'd let the fear in, let it take over, let it do its thing, but only for 5 seconds. That's all I was going to give it. So I started to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it was gone. I went back to work, sewed her up, and she was fine. And I love that story. I think that's really great advice. You know, sometimes we get so concerned about maybe what we would think of as negative feelings like fear. But if we just take time and embrace the fear, or embrace the sadness, or and also in the happy moments, then that's when we can overcome things and move on in life. So it's all about acceptance. And I think that the next time that you have a scary moment in your life, just hug the moment and just say, okay, right now I'm scared, but when you acknowledge that you're scared, then you can move past it. The last thing I really wanted to talk to you guys about is hugging those happy moments in life. It's important to just seize the moment and say, I love my family and I love being with my friends. You gotta take notice of those little moments that make life worth living and hug them and hold them tight and keep them in your memories, because that's what really makes life vibrant. So as you kick off the new year, hug each moment that happens to you and appreciate it and learn from it, whether it's a scary one where you have to count to 5 and say, okay, I'm scared, and then you can deal, or if it's a happy moment where you're just at peace with the world and saying, wow, life is good. Hug the moment. And I hope you guys all live the vibrant life. As always, I'd welcome any comments or feedback that you may have. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you'd like to check out more, please visit vibrantlifepodcast.com.